and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm once again live from Eilat. Eilat is the place where I was last time scuba diving, and I'm here once again because this is a very strategic place in Israel actually. You know, this is the place that shares the border with this is the place that has a border crossing with Jordan and Egypt. And today the best part is that I'll be crossing over to Jordan in about 3 hours from now. It's around 5 in the morning right now, and at about 8 I'll be crossing over, and the plan is to go to Petra today, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's pretty cold, so it's a little difficult to speak, but I'm trying. Hello everyone. The sun has risen over the Jordanian mountains, and I'm here at the pickup point. Behind me is the High Eilat hostel, and that's where we'll be picked up from today by the company with whom I'm. Good morning. And yeah, the plan today is to cross over to Jordan, and I really hope that I'll get the visa, because you know, for Indians we have the visa on arrival, and once that is done, then the next 2 days are going to be like amazing. Petra and Wadi Rum, I don't know what you call it, but anyway, I'm just looking forward to it. I just hope that the visa gets done. So we are here at the border crossing, guys. This is the Itzhak Rabin border terminal, also called the Wadi Araba border terminal. On this side is Israel, and I think on the other side, you know, at the gate on that side is the entry point to Jordan. So this is where we'll be crossing over. It's not open yet. I think it's just going to take about 10 more minutes, and then hopefully I'll get my visa, and then we'll get going. So guys, we are finally in Jordan. We crossed the border. It was quite a hassle, but we made it. Yeah. Pretty excited, and now it's time for us to head to Petra, which is one of the 7 wonders, and soon I'll be there. Let's listen to them. This time we are on the other side of the Red Sea. So straight out there is Israel, on the other side Eilat, and over here is Egypt, and this is a Kaaba. Beautiful. Behind those hills is Saudi Arabia. This is like essentially a confluence of all of these different beautiful countries. What a view.
Yes, so good. Yum, yum, yum. Here. Enjoy, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aquí. Okay, if you need the bathroom, it's the right side. Thank you. Yeah.
And with that, we are finally inside Petra. Now the whole point is that we have to, I think, you know, walk quite a distance, you know, before we come across the iconic treasury of Petra. This is what looks like as soon as you enter, and I believe we have to keep going down this road, and I think it's going to take quite some time to reach the actual ruins of Petra. Beautiful place. Yeah. These blocks that you see over here, all of them carved out about 2000 years back, and we continue walking.
Okay, welcome to Petra. See, Petra, the word itself is not Arabic. We don't have such sound P or letter P in Arabic, it's only B. It's really funny when we start to learn foreign languages like English. Where can I bark? See? Yeah. So Petra, it's Greek. Means stones. Why is that? Look around you and you know why. Rocky mountains everywhere. Those mountains actually are sandstone, which is soft, easy to carve, much easier than a grand passage resort. Actually, Jordan, it's an open air museum. Wherever you go, you'll see historical places, biblical sites, Crusaders' Syrian influence, raven steps they call it, and always at the top of the tomb. Now look further down, you see steps on it. Yeah, that is unfinished ones. Why? We don't know exactly actually why, but that tells us or proves that those Nabateans used to carve from the top down, started but did not finish. Okay, questions? No? Let's go.
Alright, so to summarize, this place was built by the Nabateans, and everything over here is carved into the rocks. And when the local Bedouins found out about these, they used to live in these caves that have been carved over here still until 1985, which is pretty recent. So all the black kind of color that you see,
You will see inscriptions, bilingual. Nabateans, ideology of the Aramaic, where Arabic and Hebrew came from, and then the Greek language. I recognize some other because the Russian alphabet came from there. Aramaic is not.
this is the obelisk tomb. Once again, everything over here is carved out by the Nabateans.
From the Greek number 3, because they carved 3 benches out of soldiers where the funerals.
Here we have a close-up of what these caves look like. Everything carved out of rock. It's sandstone actually, and hence the name Petra, everything out of rock. In Greek it's rock. What you see down here is the one and only entrance and exit into Petra. Because this is the one and only entrance and exit, it became extremely difficult for anyone to conquer or even find this place. And hence it's well protected till this date. Now this is a natural canyon. The Nabateans who built this place are actually originally from Yemen. That's what I've been told, and the word Nabatean actually means that they were very good at water harvesting. This place is extremely bad when it comes to floods. There are sudden flash floods, and despite all of that, you have all of these structures being built over here. We keep walking along the canyon until we finally reach the iconic site of the treasury. We see these patterns on the walls. I wonder if it's natural. Looks natural though. Now, this gorge was formed naturally over here due to tectonic movements. And that's exactly why you can see that both sides of this gorge actually fit into each other. Over millions of years, these two sides of this gorge moved away from each other due to tectonic movements. And once again over here you can see the different kind of evidence of how the two sides actually fit into each other, and that proves how it was the tectonic movements that actually sent them apart in the first place. We keep walking along the gorge or canyon or whatever you call it. Now, talking about the people who actually built this, the Nabateans, you might be wondering that to build a city, where did they get the money for that from? So this route, this entire area happens to be part of the ancient spice route, and it was the Nabateans who used to give protection to the people who used to trade along this route, and that's how by giving protection they used to get the money. And they started with that, and following that they also started with certain business in the spice route, and that's how they got the money to actually build this entire place. You'll see more of it.
Sulfur. The design inside, like silicon.
That's what looks like a fish over there. When you look at it from here, it's more of an elephant. Splendid.
Everywhere you look, amazing formation. Especially see
When ISIS will come in, they will destroy everything here?
see, ISIS will never come to here. Another commissioner here is a man kneeling before God, begging for forgiveness, and the other like where the Nabateans wedding ceremonies be the bride, the bridegroom.
So we continue to walk along, and you have already seen all of the magnificent carvings along the way. Sadly, much of it has already been eroded away, maybe due to the water or whatever, but still pretty beautiful. Finally out in the sun. And guys, we have been to the Taj Mahal, where you are in this position where you see the Taj Mahal right in front of you straight. And here's another such sight, the treasury of the Petra.
You need the carriage right, carriage all the way down. Down and back. You want to go up?
No. No, not yet. Later. Down there is what they call the city, the ancient city where perhaps a majority of the people lived. Look at this, look at all of these carvings over here. Massive.
No painting, okay? It's no painting. It's all from those stones, from Petra. Even if you'd like to have your name inside the book, you can have it.
What's the price of it?
Trust me guys, this is a beautiful place. I mean, all of the caves that you see around, and that truly is the reason perhaps why we also have some sort of a colosseum up ahead. You also see this huge structure out there. We'll get to know what those are, but for now, just trying to soak in everything. Beautiful. And we are somewhat lucky that there's very few people right now because of COVID, and like Jordan has just reopened, but we have heard that when it's peak season, I mean now itself I feel like there are a lot of people, but imagine when it's peak season, no COVID, chaos. I mean, you won't really be able to experience the beauty of this place with so many people around. Right now it's too good.
What price? Happy hour. Tea, coffee, Turkish coffee, cappuccino.
Right, so here's the thing. What you see here on the right, like I said, you see all of these tombs, really big ones, and it's said that it's all for the rich people. And what you see here ahead of you in the mountains are all of these caves, and that's primarily for the people who could not really afford much. So you can see the difference. These are just like holes in the mountains, and over here what you see out there is a nice big tomb for some queen, is what I've been told. And along this you have more such tombs. Now the question that arises is, okay, we have all of these tombs, but where did the people live, right? Now it's said that perhaps there were houses over here, villages over here, but over time there were a few large earthquakes over here as well. So perhaps because of all of the earthquakes, the houses are gone, the villages are gone. What remains is what has been carved into the mountains, and that's what we see here today. Here's a close-up of the tomb that we saw. I've been climbing all the way up, and mind you, there's no stairs over here. It's all like rough into the rocks. That's Petra. So we continue onwards. There are a few more tombs. These are simple ones, and yeah, perhaps I came the wrong way, but we can keep going. Yeah. That's what these tombs look like from inside, and it's pretty amazing. Look at all of these colors. Wow.
خلاص. علي. الحمد لله كيف حالك؟ والله
And there, guys, you also have an amphitheater. The only one of its kind which has been carved into the stones and not built on top of it. So that's the beauty of this one. It's carved into the stones or the rock. You can once again take a look at the rich variety of colors in these stones. Wow. And everywhere that your eyes can see, right there in the distance, that there too you have all of the ruins. So it's a huge place. Now, as you might know, Petra is known as the Lost City, and that's primarily because for many years this place was not known to people. They didn't know where it existed. I mean, I think they knew where that it existed, but not where it existed. And until 1985, it was only the local Bedouins who are still over here actually. They were the ones who used to live in these caves, you know, the ones that have been built as graveyards or graves for the original Nabateans living here. And till 1985 it was the Bedouins who were actually living here in these caves, the caves that you see here, all of these, and especially the ones towards the entrance. That's the amphitheater from up close. Some more carvings.
What camel?
No. Absolutely mesmerized by the size of these things. Now we are going back towards the treasury, and from there the plan is to go to a museum which is part of Petra, and let's see how and or what we see over there. Feels great to be alone, even if for a while, in this magnificent, wondrous place. Alright, so I got some photos clicked. I don't really know how good they have been because, you know, on the phone you can't really see much, and also on the GoPro the screen is small, but I hope they came out well. I really hope so. But apart from all of that, after photo shoot and everything, now I'm heading back to the entrance. This was definitely a bucket list item for me, you know, Petra, the whole imagery of the treasury and the camel sitting in front. Saw that with my own eyes. Can't get any better for sure. Loved it, and anyone coming here should come, but I don't know how it's gonna be when there are lots of people. Well, it's time for us to now visit the Petra Museum. Down there, guys, is the route that we took to go to Petra. I mean, that is Petra. It begins over there, and we went all the way between these mountains. really chilly right now, and now we have returned from Petra. The plan now is to go to Wadi, to stay there for the night in a Bedouin camp, and I'm quite excited for that as well, but we've heard it's really cold. So let's see how insulated or heated it is, and after that tomorrow we'll be going for a jeep safari, and finally we take a tour of Aqaba and then go back to Israel. Beautiful place. Look at all of these, houses in the hills and mountains. Beautiful. Chicken and barbecue bread, barbecue meat, some rice, and this was a real Bedouin dinner which I loved. It was too good. This is where we had our dinner. Alright guys, so I'm finally in my room, and I can't describe to you how beautiful this is. So this is a Bedouin camp, and this is literally like cloth kind of a thing, but still they have everything, this is what it looks like. Pretty good, and I didn't really pay much for this. You also have this attached washroom with hot water. It gets very cold here at night, and I'm extremely happy. When I first heard that it's going to be a Bedouin camp, I really thought it's going to be like a camp, but this is awesome. Single room with everything perfect. Show you outside. I don't think anything much would be visible. You have those domes. I think tomorrow morning it's going to be perfect. There's a lot of dance and singing and stuff going on out there. I'll take you over there, but for now I need to open the things that I bought today. It was extremely expensive, and I'm still feeling a little about buying all of that together. All of these are essentially gifts from my family. Let's see. Alright, so what you see here, these are the camps, the Bedouin camps. This is where we stay. These are the rooms. Essentially you have both single and double. And now I'm going towards the main lobby, where sometime back there was some nice dance happening, but I think now it's over. Just take you around. It's pretty dark right now. The sky is absolutely clear. This is the place. That's where we have dinner. This is where you have bonfire and everything happening at times. Now everyone has gone back to their rooms. But this is beautiful.